Hey, my name is Will Bentz, and yesterday I received eye surgery called PRK. It's also known as Epi-Lasik and LASEK, LASEK. And I just wanted to tell you about my experience with it yesterday and how I've been feeling lately and what you should expect if you're going to get the surgery. First things first, I walk into the operating room, and the first thing they did was they actually drew little marks on my eye with a marker, I guess, to help with where the incision would be. But alright, before that though, they numbed my eyes with eye drops so I wouldn't feel anything. And I'd also taken a little bit of Valium before I got in there. They prescribed that to me. And so I was feeling pretty relaxed and carefree when I went into the office, so I didn't mind him touching my eye with a marker. Then I laid down in the operating chair, and I was laying down, and there's this big machine that I was looking up in front of me. And the first thing they tell you to do is there's this little tiny orange dot in front of you that they tell you to stare at the whole time. And so you say, alright, and you're staring at the orange dot, and then while you're looking at it, they take your eyes, and they actually pull them open and with these little tiny, have you ever seen the movie A Clockwork Orange, when he's being forced to watch those movies? They use these little wire things to hold his eyes open. And it's pretty much like that. Like, they slide these little, like, looks like hair clips or something in and pull your eyes open and hold them back open like that. But you don't feel anything on your eye while they're doing it, because they're already completely numb. And so you're laying back looking there, and your eyes are being held open. And then the first thing they do is they go one eye at a time. So the one eye is covered up with a patch. And then this machine comes down on your eye, and they tell you you're going to feel a little bit of pressure. And it comes down, and you feel it push down on your eye. And so you can feel your eyes being pushed on by it. And it makes a little bit of noise, and you can't feel anything except for the pressure. So it feels a little bit, you get a little bit uncomfortable, but they gave me a pillow to hold, so I was clutching it while they were doing it. And this machine's pushing down on your eye, and it's making noise, and then in your eye everything might start to go gray. Like if you were to close your eyes and push really hard while you're looking up at lights, you might see gray stuff, and it kind of looked like that. And so it was really gray, and then it went black in my eye while this machine was running, and it shut down and pulled off, and I could see it again already. Like I could see the dot where it was before. And then I was looking, and then at that point, I guess they removed the upper layer of your epithelium, I guess, like the top part of your cornea, where they remove a little bit of it to do the surgery through. If you were getting normal LASIK, they would just cut a flap and pull your cornea back in and do the surgery through the flap. But because I was getting PRK, they just took off that top layer of cells. Then they did the surgery, then the laser part started, I mean. So I'm laying there looking at the light, and I see this blue flashing that starts happening, and I can kind of hear it sounds almost like sparks a little bit. I can hear, like, it sort of sounds like I'm hearing sparks. And there's this blue flashing light up that is surrounding the red dot that I'm staring at, and I can hear other doctors are counting seconds. I think they counted up until 30 seconds while it was running. And I mean, I was pretty nervous while this was happening, but I just, I knew I was just focused on clutching the pillow I was holding and staring straight forward and trying not to move my eyes at all. And then when they got to the end, it shut down. They're like, alright, that was it. And actually, this is the one little bit of a creepy part, because you can, at least I could smell, like, burnt tissue. I could actually smell the smell of my cornea. And so I looked at the doctor and said, nothing wakes me up like the smell of burnt cornea in the morning. And he had a good laugh at that. But anyway, so then the next thing they do is they start pouring cold water onto your eye with an eyedropper, and they do it for a while. It felt like it was about 20 seconds. They're just pouring cold water on my eye, and they put a little contact lens bandage over my eye, and then that eye was done. They put a patch over it to get ready for the second eye, where they did the exact same thing. So then after I was done, and they took the patch off the other eye after the second eye was done, I sat up and they told me to read the clock, and I said 9:31, and I could read it, and all of a sudden, right then there, all my vision was better than it was before. Like, it was better than if I didn't have my glasses on originally. So I had about maybe 75–80% of the vision as if I were wearing glasses the day before. And I went out, and they give you all your eye drops you're supposed to use. I was given prescriptions for 3 different types of eye drops that I have to put in my eye every 4 hours. And you go home, and they give you a pair of goggles you have to wear the whole day. So the best thing to do the first day is to just go home and go into your bedroom, if you can make it like really dark, like black out the windows maybe, and just take some more Valium. If they give you more of a prescription, just try to sleep the whole day. Or maybe I was listening to books on tape all day, and so it was kind of nice, just sort of, I would sleep for a few hours, wake up and listen to my book, and then when I get tired, I go back to sleep again. My mom would wake me up and put the eye drops in my eyes every 4 hours. And other than that, I really didn't feel any pain. I felt almost no discomfort the first day, and I've heard a lot of people say that there is some, but I didn't feel any pain at all the first day, except I was really sensitive to light. I go out of my room a few times, and the light kind of really did irritate my eyes, but like I was fine as long as I had sunglasses on when I leave my room. And now it's a day 2, and I haven't had any discomfort today at all. Like just a little bit of light sensitivity in the morning, but right now, this room's pretty bright, and I feel fine. My vision right now is just probably a little bit worse than yesterday, but it's still a lot better than if I wasn't wearing my glasses a few days ago. Like I can see really sharp around everything, like furniture and doorknobs and faces and everything. All that stuff is sharp, and I just have a little bit of trouble at at lights, like little LED lights. I kind of see like weird fuzziness around them, and it's like flashlights. I see halos around and stuff like that. But yeah, so I feel fine today. I had my follow-up today, and they said my tissue's growing back really fast. I still have my contact lens bandages in, and I think in 3 days they're going to take them off. And then after that, I guess my vision's just supposed to keep on getting better. And so I guess I may keep you updated. I may not keep you updated. I don't know. But so far, I've been pretty happy with it. And yeah, that's all she wrote.